and welcome. Welcome
Hello.
to
Hi.
part
Hi.
2 of Candlekeep Mysteries Shemshime's Bedtime Rhyme with these fantastic folk. Once again, if you do not know who they are, their links are in the description below. And if you don't know who they are, well, that means that you haven't watched our session 0. So please, I referred you to that. How are we all feeling today? Have you gotten this? Have you managed to get the song out of your head?
Yes,
Yeah.
but I
Let's go
did
back
watch.
to it.
I did watch the video, and so now it's back in my head. So it's going to be fun.
Yes, brilliant, brilliant. I've been having that one. I've had 2 songs in my head stuck, which is the bedtime rhyme and Wind of Change, but that's linked to another thing. That's linked to that
Ooh.
Nice.
Nordic LARP that we did recently. So, anyhow, so hello, Ken. Hello, Wendy. Hello,
Hi
Hi.
there.
Hiltwan. Hello, Emmy. Hello, Riv. How are we all doing today?
Doing good.
Yeah,
Nice.
Yep.
Good.
keeping. I don't know about you. How are things over in the Americas? Because here we've been sweltering.
I don't know.
Oh,
I
yes.
barely go outside.
You're cold.
I have air conditioning. I don't know.
Oh, cheater.
I have AC, okay?
Yeah.
I'm not going out in summer. I don't like it. Cursed sun.
No.
Yeah, we do not really have air conditioning in Europe, so
Well,
Yes, that's a...
the southernmost countries have it, but yeah. We don't usually
Uh,
need it as high as Belgium.
That might
No.
change.
which is why we need to endure the heat wave fully.
Absolutely, 100%. Okay. So once again, welcome. We'll get this ongoing. I'm gonna just before we get to the game. This will be a shorter game because Emmy and I need to at the end of this basically run off because we've got somewhere to be. So we'll see about break time and we'll see how that goes. And I'm gonna give you a bit of a summary of what happened previously. There will be a slight change because I realized that I was a bit too pressed for the end point last time. So if you at home are watching, just remember that that's my prerogative. I am the GM. I control the past, the present, and the future.
ladies and gentlemen, God.
Yes.
you missed the chance to make an awesome Disney reference, but yeah, we do not know how they. The past, the present, and the future as well.
Poor unfortunate souls. Anyways, yes, I do have friends on the other side. So, let's start with our usual little tradition and the question of the day, which would be, so, for all of you, your character walks into a tavern. They approach the bar. What do they order? What's your usual drink of choice? Naruthir.
Bartender. Mead.
Okay. Twin?
Do you have fresh water, please?
What you need?
A sunflower honey beer.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Iris?
Black tea strong, with a bit of milk, please.
Earl Grey, hot. Noxie?
Also mead and a slice of apple pie.
Ooh.
Oh. Which you put into the mead, blend it, and yeah. Okay. Nice. I like
There's
it.
nothing like a mead shake.
So we've got a lot of sweet tooths here, apparently. And then, water and herby water. Leafy water. So, okay, let's get into the game. And while the five of you fleeing the destruction at the surface of Candlekeep have been given lodgings in the Firefly cellar, one of the rare, fully intact lodgings basically left in Candlekeep, at least for you. You found yourself meeting the inhabitants, the elf Varnir, principal restorer of books, and who has made this cellar her project for the last couple of years. Her assistant, Ebder, scribe, whose job is to copy the books too damaged to actually repair. Her daughter, his daughter, Galeby, an 8-year-old who has a tendency of running around and, being pretty bored when it comes to things around here. Cthulhu, a foreign researcher looking into books about the local folklore and hedge magic. And lastly, Crinkle, the original inhabitant of the cellar, whose passionate work with fireflies has actually given the name to the place you are currently in. You spent a night in fairly comfortable beds and awoken to a strange song humming in your heads, all of you at the same time, almost as if somebody were whispering those tunes, those melodies to you. Varnir was quick to recognize a danger in that melody and locked the cellar door. You are now trapped, quarantined from the outside world, and left to your own devices, as this incident, unfortunately, is only a low priority as to what is going on at the surface. You'll have to fend for yourselves and find the source of the curse, if you can. Things started to go a bit strange. Shadows moved around, came to life, attacked, slash and bit. Naruthir took the brunt of it. Then, as you moved towards the cellar itself, from the main reading room, maybe to check up on the well-being of the child, as you know that these kinds of shadows tend to prey on the innocent, you were interrupted as you head through the narrow tunnel leading to the lodging area. Tuin got caught in something. A nightmare. Feeling their senses, their eyes blinded to the reality around them. The state shaken off. You move further into now the kitchen, into the lodgings to make sure that Galeby is all right. That's where we are now. Ebder's scream, as mentioned at the last moments of last episode, have not yet happened yet. It will come. But you have a little bit of time before that, should you wish to talk with the other inhabitants of the cellar. Who knows? As inhabitants here, they would know more than you would. There might be clues in their past, in their knowledge. And so we start. Welcome again to the Firefly cellar.
Yay! Well, since I was actively looking for the kid, because I know what these creatures are capable of, and certainly with a child. I'm actively looking for the child. I don't care really about the other inhabitants. Gelby, talk to me, girl. Gelby, where are you?
If she's not answering, maybe we can ask Noski to call her squirrel. Rat. Beast. I don't remember what it was. But
Squirrel.
it's a squirrel. Okay.
Yeah.
So you can call the
Okay.
squirrel. Maybe? And then we will find a girl.
Not a bad idea.
And
I don't know, Noxie.
Noxie, actually, you can delete one of them. I'm not seeing your second token here. Where is it?
It looks like Tulia on her screen is actually Noxie as well.
Let me try to refresh.
There it is.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
I gotcha. No, don't worry. You were mounted one on top of the other, and so that's how I could not see you.
Oh, okay.
You're stacked. Yes, not mounted.
Okay.
Oh, it's a
better now.
weird palace.
As you rush towards the door, you can see that the door has been kept sort of half open, and Gilby's there, sort of maybe playing around with the squirrel. To give you a reminder, this as you sort of peek through the door. This is a 8-year-old's playroom, as much as lodgings. There are clothes thrown about, a couple of toys, some of them sort of carved out of wood, sort of maybe hastily painted. Others a bit more elaborate, including a little model of a red dragon, look immobile, hanging above her bed. There, here and there, you can see drawings, charcoal, paint, sort of strewn about the room, some put up on the wall, but most just spread around. And she's there. Again, her hands, you can see, are stained with charcoal. There's a bit on your little companion there, Noxie, as you can see that they're cleaning themselves. But she seems in good spirit, in good spot. And again, humming, as all of you.
I would like to look at after the drawing that are dispersed on the ground to see if there's anything notes to discover, like the previous one she did in the meeting room, in the reading room, that were showing a victim in a murder in a shadow.
She's at first a bit wondering, going, "Oh, hello, how are you?" Basically coming up towards you, sort of maybe dropping the most recent drawing. And as any 8-year-old would, well, basically turns her full attention to you. I think Noxie, as you step in, maybe because you resemble, at her age, she's not seen enough people, I guess, of your race, of your species, and so maybe sees you as another child, and so she starts showing you her toys, her drawing, the different things, and tries to show you that Moku and her have developed a trick. You know this trick. You're wondering how much Moku actually taught her the trick. And then, but they were the other way around. But her attention is fully occupied with you. Tuin, as you look about, there are drawings everywhere. Clearly, this kid has been kept occupied with pencil and charcoal and paint. The drawings, as you can see, are of anything. There's a few that resemble that sort of a humanoid with a long beak and robes. There's with little dots of yellow around them. There are sort of portraits of Varnir, who seems to be this very sort of serious, very still, almost sort of still stick figure. When you recognize Varnir sort of at the robes and the coloring. None really of Cthulhu. Maybe one, but you realize that maybe the fur is a bit too complicated for her. But you see other drawings, sort of maybe hidden away. Oh, Ken, maybe check your settings in Roll20. You might have put down the music.
Really?
Because believe me, the music is playing.
Na,
Music
na,
is playing.
na, na.
No, I don't have it. No, on my settings it's alright. When I go, I don't hear it. But anyway, go for it.
You do make me an investigation check, Twin.
Yep.
That's an 18. Okay.
I'm scouting the room. What beautiful drawing! It's very nice.
As she hears that, Galeby sort of brings you a couple of drawings that she's very proud of, and these are colorful. These are a child's musings. One of them is of her house, which you understand would have been somewhere in the countryside. Maybe ask her father about that. But here, it's about when you sort of start looking about, you can see other drawings, again in the sort of the charcoal and red finger paint. But this one blue. A boy, young, sort of pre-adolescent, that is holding their throat and mouth. And you can see that there are blue lines above his head.
If she's not too busy with Noxie, I'm approaching myself with some of the drawing. And this is a very beautiful drawing. Did I showing the raven with the fireflies? I recognize him. We have been in the kitchen with him.
Actually, Crinkle is female.
Oh,
No worries. That was my mistake.
She is a bit grumpy, isn't she?
But Crinkle is nice.
Nice. Oh, and I recognize her too. She's very nice. She's taking care of the books. Do you like her? And I'm showing the elf.
She doesn't speak much. But she's nice.
She work a lot.
She punished me once. Told me. She likes to me. She wants me to clean my hands. It sort of shows up, and you can see that her hands are now completely smudged with charcoal, black.
That's because she wants the book to be clean, I think.
But like this, I'm like Daddy.
But you cannot touch the book then.
No.
But that drawing is really nice too. Did I show was the little boy and the blue line? What is that? I have not seen him.
And there's, as you show that, she sort of, there's no specific answer. There's no quick answer. She seems to close herself up a bit. I don't know.
It's a dream?
I don't know.
Okay. Then I branch out on the drawing with her house, and I speak about that.
Okay. What are the others? What are you doing?
I'm looking for shadows. I'm looking for danger, actually.
Make me a perception check.
Perception. Is that perception? Oh yeah.
And while during the conversation, during the search and so on, Iris is going to prepare a spell, and probably sitting actually either against the wall, really to herself, or maybe just in the hallway, so as to not crowd the child's room. And she's going to ritually prepare, so that's 10 minutes, but I think the whole looking around and so on
Sure.
takes it. Detect magic.
Okay. As you were discussing, you were preparing your spell. What you need, you sort of hanging outside the room when you hear and actually feel the door next to you sort of crack open, and Cthulhu's face sort of nears the crack and goes, "Hey, can I talk to you?
Yeah.
Can I talk? Come on."
Yeah. Sure. She opens
Yeah,
and
there you go. Sorry. As the inside of the room, as you step inside the room, you have a quick glance. It is fairly Spartan. This is, you can see that there hasn't been much lived in yet, right? So there's a desk, there's a bed, there's a chest at the foot of the bed. A couple of books. As you sort of skim through the titles on the spines, you can see that these are waves in hedge witches of Waterdeep, guides to everyday magic by this and that. These are basically books written about everyday magic. But next to that, you can see that the only sort of object that sort of breaks the monotony of a library is a small. It's about palm-sized, and it seems to be an oyster shell made of, but it's been shined up, so it's clear white. Let's see if it's a. And you can see that at the back of it, there's a small maybe clockwork mechanism and a key. So this would be something of a wind-up toy or some sort, or a music box maybe. Cthulhu sort of goes like, "Oh, yes, well, never mind the city. Look, we need to get out of here, right? I've heard about you.
Oh, absolutely.
You're a clever fellow. You're good with your hands, right?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so, I mean, I came here to do research, read books, not to be entombed in this place. So, and I don't need to go out for long. Just breath of air, right? We're allowed to do that, right?
Well, look, for the right amount of price, for the right price, I can find something.
Well,
I'm sure.
I mean, you want to get out of here, right? You want to get out of here. So,
Oh yeah, of course.
I know that Varnier has a key, right? She wears it around her neck. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You've seen it, right? You've seen it. That's the one that she used to lock the cellar. So if you could take it, we could get out of here, right?
Sure.
Right?
Um, As I said, I do need payment though.
Right. Well,
I see this little shell on your desk. I feel like that would be sufficient payment.
there's a moment where she brings her hand to it sort of almost bites on her finger. You can see as a sort of nervousness. Yeah. If you can get me out of here, that's yours. Yeah, absolutely. But
Okay.
on delivery, okay? You get me out. You get us out of here, right? But this is for us both, right? Not just for me. This is for us both, right? We need the air, right? You know.
Yeah. I don't do things for free though, so.
No. Okay, I understand. Just get the key. Get the key, and I'll. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Being in the hallway as well, how much of that conversation do I hear?
Make me a perception check.
If I hear anything of this, I know a kitten that's going to be smitten.
I love his relaxed the manner. I can imagine.
What you need? Could you? What's your passive stealth? So what's your stealth score?
2 seconds. I think I have to go on beyond. I didn't have it open. Sorry about that.
No worries.
Characters. There we go. Okay. So.
How much do you have in stealth?
Passive stealth. I have +6.
You have a +6. Okay. So that would be a passive of 16. So unfortunately, while the murmurings are going on and you are being sort of, the whole shady thing, Iris, you do pick up, maybe not the full conversation, but there's definitely, you hear mention of, I think you would hear maybe Cthulhu's portion of the conversation, not necessarily what you need as answers. That make sense?
Yeah.
Naruthir, you have no idea of going. You are anything that is going in the room is on the other side of the hallway. No.
Yeah, no, but I was checking for danger and probable shadows, so
nothing in the room. The lighting in the room is. You can see that there are 2 large jars, basically, that hold fireflies going about. Which gives a low, sort of yellowish, golden glow to the room. And while in other places you can kind of see that some of these jars have been left, so you can see some of them, you'll see fireflies sort of dead at the bottom, right? This one, none. And the fireflies seem to they're a bit more here than in other places. A bit more care may be given to this lighting arrangement.
Okay. So, yeah, I guess would be the care given by her father, having something nice for her, nice little place where she can be and don't disturb his work.
Maybe.
Like that.
Or maybe somebody else.
Somebody else. Okay, so I'll turn around then and I... Tell me, kiddo. Who's giving you these lamps? And who's taking care of your lamps?
She's very nice. Takes care of me when Papa is working.
Okay. So she takes care of everyone.
And she made this, and you can she jumps onto her bed and takes the the wooden dragon. She made this for me, and then puts it down on the table. Go ahead. And goes towards and starts showing, and you realize that a lot of the toys here that she has, apart from a few, are most of the roughly sort of whittled pieces are crinkle made.
When I check these toys, these crinkle-made toys, do I see? Because I mean, I know red dragons. They're nasty.
Okay, fair enough.
Do I see other toys representing evil creatures?
No, this would be
I see where you're
yeah.
going.
I see what you're going. No, these would be a horse. There's one. There's a few sort of humanoids which you can guess by the paint might actually be representations of Varnier, Crinkle, and Ebder. And there's a smaller one that sort of that would be Galeby. So no, there's nothing. You don't feel, especially with your paladin instincts, any malicious intent coming from these objects.
Okay. Nice. These are nice things. Crinkle does take care of you. Have you known her for long?
Oh, when we came here, Daddy was very busy, and so she would play with me. She would draw with me.
Ah, what did she draw with you?
She would draw the same thing that I would.
Meaning?
So you would know that Kenku are incapable of creating their own art.
Of creating, yeah, okay.
And so, and in a way, you kind of, now that you kind of see it, is that the little statues that she created are, you can actually see, are direct representations, 3D models in a way, of drawings that Galeby did of the family around in the cellar.
That kind of reassures me, meaning that she is what she's showed us. You know, she's not trying to fool us by being someone else. So, okay, good. Where's Crinkle at the moment?
In her room.
You know what? We should go and check on her, and you should stay with her for a while. I don't like you being alone. It's not a good idea.
Iris.
Yes.
How does your
My spell...
Yeah, so you ritually cast Detect Magic, and for the next 10 minutes, you can sort of have a look around using those senses. How do you detect magic? Is it something linked to sight? Is it something linked to a smell, a taste?
I think as an Eladrin, but Order of the Scribe wizard, I actually have... so it's... I feel the magic around me, but I use my quill on the palm of my hand, a bit like boussole.
Compass.
Compass. And so it points, and then I can pinpoint the exact location of the magical item like that.
Okay, yeah, I like that.
During the time...
Yeah. So,
Sorry.
let me just finish with Iris, and then we'll get back to you, Twin. As you look about, you know the limitations of the spell, which are...
30 foot.
Yeah, but also the fact that, you know, it doesn't see through walls, it doesn't detect through walls.
Yeah, but I'm gonna each time poke my head in a room, go around the room quickly, and then just continue on.
So let's start. Which rooms would you explore?
I would start with Galby's room, actually.
Okay. Nothing of note, though. I think the only thing that would sort of register as magical would be Naruthir's sword.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, they're the only ones who actually asked me for a magical item. Although I would think that what you need, you might have a spice bag that might be of magical nature as well. So the handy, I forget the name, but you can find it in the inventory. Heward's handy pouch, spice pouch or something.
Spice pouch. Yeah.
So, as you look in, I would say in the room where you left, where you slept, nothing.
Yeah. Okay. I'll poke around here in Colin's room as well. I'll push Watcha a bit to the side and say, "Excuse me."
What are you doing? What's that? Oh. And Cthulhu sort of looks at, what are you doing? What's this? Immediately her nervousness and the mumbling of the sort of interested in you holding this compass in front of you. And you go, oh, what's this then? What's this? What are you doing?
A simple detect magic spell.
Oh, interesting. Of course. And basically starts asking you questions about the focus, about what kind of use, what kind of going into sort of arcane. Is it linked to the object? Is that a spell? You know, that whole discussion goes in. How much are you
Not
paying
a lot,
attention?
because I know my spell is on a timer. So I'll just say we can talk about it later and continue on.
Make me a persuasion check. As you sort of shut her off.
Yeah.
So with the 9, as you shut her off, her face goes back to what it was before and sees you no longer as a source of information, but intrusion into her territory, which for Tabaxi is never really a good idea. You came in uninvited, basically. And basically, while the compass doesn't tell you anything in the room, you are ushered out, as well as you what you need, and basically the door slams almost in your faces shut, and you can hear a latch. But still, just from the other side of the door, just as you can hear the clicking of a tabaxi's nails on the stone floor, pacing again.
Mm-hmm.
Do I smell a whiff of heresy there?
I would
Good
say.
job, Iris. I was doing business.
Yeah, well, if your business is to get an infected person out into into Candlekeep, your business has problems and will not be tolerated.
Who talked about that? I'm never getting anybody out. No.
I heard exactly what she asked for.
Yeah, but that's what she asked for. That's entirely different to what I'm providing.
Is it now?
Of course it is. Come on.
And that's gonna be an insight.
Okay. So, what you need, what I want you to do, is roll basically a convince check. I think that's what the term that was coined. So, roll a d20, add either your
Deception or persuasion?
your persuasion or deception, but don't tell us what.
Oh, okay. So I just do a d20.
Just roll a d20.
You can hide your roll.
You can hide the roll. Just whisper it to me. Okay,
Oh.
10.
Well,
I'll just hide it now. Okay. So what's the?
let me just DM.
Okay.
Oh, damn. Oh, that. You're in trouble.
Yeah, Iris. You see right through this. So is this truth or a lie?
Do I DM you?
Actually, well, you can say it.
It is truth.
It is true. Okay. He's squirrely, but he is telling the truth. I apologize to Mocha for the joke.
I'll just have a little and go on and knock on the next door. See if there is anyone in there and if I can gain entrance.
Which one?
The one here.
Okay. As you open this up, let's see.
Well, I knock first, but yeah.
You knock. There's no answer. You open the door. And you find yourself in a sparse bedroom, tidy. Apart from a clay bowl containing the remnants of a particularly vinegary meal resting on a large bunk. You see an open trunk where a spare set of avowed robes is sitting. A bed, small round table with a rickety chair, mirror above a wash basin. You can basically see that this seems to be Ebder's room.
Next to his daughter makes sense.
Do you wanna look through it?
I'm really following my compass. If there's nothing magical in nature coming up, I'll just continue.
Okay. No, nothing of magic, nothing of such. And nor will this room reveal any such treasures or findings as you're looking forward. This seems to... So this one
this
right
one
here,
over
yeah.
here? Yeah.
Let's see, I'll just verify. Yeah, so you can see two beds, but without the mattresses. You just have the frames of the beds, and they've been propped up vertically. And you can understand that these were maybe cannibalized to have your mattress beddings in your room.
Yeah. Okay.
The rest of the room has been what would have been, would have been maybe a dormitory is now pretty much storage. Larger for the pantry. You can see that there's enough maybe sort of food and such you know that what you need was coming in and out of this place last night while actually this morning making breakfast.
I'll continue, knock on the door of the room over here.
The door opens and a baggy-eyed Varnier sort of opens. It says, "Yes? How may I help? Have you found anything?"
No, however, I would like to make sure that no rogue magical object has found their way in the sleeping quarters. Do you mind if I come in for a brief minute just to have a look around?
Of course. As you step in, this bedroom could be another wing of the library.
Yeah.
For all the books packed into the shelves that line the walls. Two 5-foot-tall candlesticks in the middle of the room have magical flames flickering atop them. A continual light spell, which, you are very much aware of. They produce light but no magical heat. No heat.
Yeah. Which is very useful in the library.
Which also means that this room is particularly better lit than all of the others, as you actually have now firelight, and so continual light is not the continual flame. So this would be, like the light spell. So this would be white, bright light. The room here, you can see that there are pieces missing in the library, in the shelves, and there's a pile of books, some open, some closed, put to the side. She's been doing research here, and you can see that she's going through journals, seemingly of her own handwriting, trying to maybe remember something that, well, I mean, she says so. I've been looking through my notes and my journals, as well as the others that I have collected over the years. There's very little said about the song plague. Unfortunately, not much hope about this. I do know that it was a merchant that went mad, and unfortunately, while magical remedies were used to alleviate the curse, it would not last very long if somebody else were to hum in the general vicinity. I do not know why it uprooted itself right now, like this. Why it awoken like this. I would shudder to think that one of us would be responsible for this.
What type of merchant was that person? And while we're talking, I'll continue looking at my compass, seeing if it detects anything.
The compass basically just shows the 2 candlesticks.
Yeah, okay.
So, let's see, where can I find? She looks through a couple of the books and a couple of the tomes, and she says, yes, here. A man called Johan Pilt, a procurer of rare books, apparently. Did business with Candlekeep at the time. And when he arrived, madness ensued. Not much is said here. There are records of some of the avowed having succumbed to shadows or to self-inflicted wounds.
We already met the shadows, and I would not be surprised that the self-inflicted wounds would be bouts of madness, as we have seen them as well.
That is why I would propose that we stay as far as one another as possible, within hearing shot, of course. But it is important that we remain safe and see what we can do. Until, anyways, a cleric or some sort may come and sort of alleviate the curse.
I was listening through the doorway.
Okay.
And Varnier, where did this happen in Candlekeep? Was it the same dungeon?
Dungeon? You would call this place a dungeon?
A keep,
Yeah.
a dungeon, you know.
Yeah, it's under earth. It is a dungeon. I'm with the high friend there.
Well, I cannot refute that it certainly looked that way before I got involved, but I'm trying to make it something a bit better, thank you, and I would appreciate you not spreading the old perception of the place. What was your question?
Is it the same place?
Did the curse occur in the same place?
I believe so. It would make sense. I did find these journals part of the library here in this place. So if any of the avowed that had been trapped during the previous pandemic had stayed here, they would have maybe annotated. But there's still there's still many books that we have not looked through. There might be other clues elsewhere.
Yes.
I see a door at the end of the hallway.
Yeah, that was my next.
What is that door, Varnier?
That would be Crinkle's room.
And are there any, maybe little places that go deeper into the place, not a dungeon?
None that I am aware of, and I don't think that Crinkle has mentioned any of such features. But, and as she's about to say that, you hear a scream.
So we all hear it.
You all hear it as it echoes through the corridor. This is clearly coming from above. A shrill, as I mentioned previously, a shrill sound tears through the Firefly cellar, overpowering all other noises. Though it rapidly arises to an uncanny pitch, you do recognize Ebder's voice. Noxie, what's your first reaction?
To pick up the squirrel and hug the kid.
You stay with, okay.
Yeah.
Galeby was mid-sentence when talking about things, babbling about others, about friends, and she pales because she recognizes her father's voice.
I'm gonna tell her, shh, it'll be okay.
What do the others do?
I raise my hand. When I see that Noxie is taking care of the kid, I try to fight Kinkel and join us. And I rush towards where the father would be.
Anyone else?
I will be on the step of Narothere, but before all of this happened, I want to be sure that I have been showing to Noxie, I have brought the attention to Noxie, particularly on the drawing, was the blue boy and magic above his head.
So it wasn't magic. From what you understand, this is a boy struggling to breathe underwater, drowning. And I'll say, do you find a third drawing where you see a let's see. Where are you? Yeah. Sorry. The events and the things are in two different places. Okay, here we go. Yeah, the last one looks... At first, you think it might be a drawing of Cthulhu. At least, sort of the face. And then you sort of realize it's more canine looking. And it has something in its mouth. Again, a little bit of red marking it. And you realize that this is a dog's head holding a severed hand in its mouth.
Okay.
And as you look towards it, you realize that there's, in the background of every single one of these drawings, there's a dark cloud. But the way that it's scribbled away, in every one you can see white eyes and a wide smile, mocking, laughing at the scene.
I would have asked the child if I can keep her drawing, because I really like what she's doing, and if she's agreeing to give them to me.
Make me a persuasion check.
And I told her that I will give her a shell that I have on my armor,
okay,
which is a decoration.
I'll give you advantage.
So, persuasion?
Persuasion,
that's what you
yes.
said.
Okay, yeah, with the 16. With actually 17. Yeah, in exchange of a small sort of shell that she sort of looks at. The drawings are for yours to take, and so you can put them away. And that's when you hear the scream.
Well, I want to ask,
Oh,
is there a way that I would have been able to ask Moku if he knew anything about what was going on in the drawings, since he was there maybe when she drew them, or maybe she drew them before?
Do you have speak with animals?
I thought so. Well, I don't think I have it as like a spell or action.
Oh
or
no
something, but I
you
thought it
true
was
no
just inherent.
correct as a
Yeah.
forest gnome you can actually speak to small
Yeah.
animals.
First, now you can
Yeah.
speak.
The squirrel sort of turns towards you and says, did not see her draw those. Implying that these are older, that this was not done recently.
Okay.
Or at least not since Moku's been in the room, anyways.
Okay. So I will have shared that information with Tuin then.
Okay.
And then I'm behind Narathier, rushing with my bow and the drawing in my pocket.
Naruthia, you're the first one to rush.
Oh yeah,
on
I
your
kicked
tail.
the door.
Iris, what you need?
I'm gonna follow, just making sure that Noxie and Varnier are actually aware that are actually both gonna intervene and keep the kid safe.
Behind you, you hear a clicking of several locks as the door behind you opens and Crinkle sort of moves out, eyes wide in worry. And as she closes the door behind you, you hear the clock sort of automate again. And she rushes towards Galeby's room.
Okay.
There's a relieved sort of movement of the shoulders as she sees that Galeby is safe. And almost Noxie, if you had any inclination to follow the others above, Crinkle is there going, go follow them, should you wish.
Okay.
So, who's going upstairs? Everyone?
Yeah.
Okay, just
I
meet
think
up in...
so.
Oh,
just-
was it upstairs
Yeah.
or in his?
No, it's
room?
upstairs.
No, upstairs.
It's upstairs.
It's upstairs. All right. Okay.
So this is coming
okay.
from
Go
the-
back
from the-
upstairs.
Yeah.
I just want to check what does Varnier do?
Varnier is sort of eyes wide, doesn't really know what to do, but she is sort of, the veneer of her face cracks just enough where you can hear her start humming the song. In that moment, surprise. Yeah, could you just all pile it into the kitchen and I'll move you directly to the room.
Yeah.
So just right here, please.
I think I went too close to the door and now I can't click my thing anymore.
I gotcha.
I wanted the squirrel to come with me too, by the way.
Don't worry about it. Okay, I'll get you all where you need to be. There you go.
Jim Porter.
I mean, that's what we're here for, right? Okay. So, as you rush upstairs, there's a moment of, as you see the long hallway with the Firefly light, you have those flashbacks of your experience previously, but somebody's put behind you, pushing you forward, and so you just run through. As you come to the upstairs room, there's a moment where everything just sort of light sort of maybe flickers a bit, and you notice as you're looking about Ebder's form, slumped, eyes wide, mouth open in a silent scream, looking just beyond.
Oh, he's having a nightmare, like I did.
So I'm trying to shake him up, like, wake up, Abner, wake up.
That's not going to work. It didn't work for me.
Can I do, what is it? The one that I should have done before, calm emotions.
Calm emotions?
On him. Yeah.
Sure. Okay.
Okay. So should I go next to him?
Yeah.
You could come up to next time. Yeah. As
I
you
turn my head. I'm like, can you do something, bud?
Yes, I will try to calm his emotions. See if it helps.
So tell me, how
Okay.
how does that manifest? What does your magic look like?
My magic looks like me playing my little pan flute while the squirrel does like a little dance to the side.
Okay.
It's like a little joyous thing, and everything else is scary. Okay, so should I click this button?
Yep.
Here, cast it.
Okay.
Did it work? I don't know.
Yep, it did
It-
work.
Yeah, it worked.
Okay.
It went through.
Yeah.
Perfect. So normally this is a 20-foot sphere and all of that, but for this we're gonna contain it to the one target so that the others don't need to sort of do a ganja check. As you come close to him, and as Naruthir was sort of shaking him awake, a bit like Tuin previously, and Tuin, you are now seeing this from the outside. The body is cold to the touch, almost. Paralyzed, as in all of the joints have locked into place, and so you can't even, there's no flexibility to the human body, just rigidity like a corpse. As you weave your spell using Moku, somewhat of a focus to keep it contained, you can see that the color comes back to his face slowly, that while he's still humming the song, there's his hands unclench and sort of slump, and he's there just like coming up from, sort of waking up, still groggy, still hazy. What? No. Bonnie, what? What? I saw her.
You just did a nightmare. I got a nightmare earlier too. This is the curse, the music we hear in our heads that is whispering us fears.
Where are you all right now? Because I see you're a bit scattered on the map there.
Would be close the guy.
Sure.
Yeah, same here. Hold on. Let me
Iris is
find my way around the
probably
map.
okay. Iris is probably making
You
the
get
most of their spell.
So, as the basically what happens as you're calmed down, there's running almost through your legs, Naruthir. There is a blur of an 8-year-old's energy as she cries out for her father and sort of rushes into his arms. You can see Crinkle is there, sort of trying with the cane, trying to keep pace. But clearly the child was a bit too squirrely for her.
Yeah. Well, I put my hand on her shoulder, like, it's fine, child. It's okay.
Yeah. It's all right, Kilby. I just had a nightmare. There's no worries. Ebder is trying to keep face.
Yeah, and I'm helping him. I'm helping him with that.
Okay.
I'm trying not to scare the kid.
When almost at the moment where you're saying this, right? Everything will be all right. Everything will be all right. There's an echo almost that comes over just a little bit lower, a bit more of a growl. Everything will be all right. Everything will be all right. And then the lights, as they had done previously as you entered the room, flicker. But these are fireflies. They flash and they dim and turn out.
Right.
And for a moment, for about 10, 15 seconds, the entirety of the room goes dark.
Well, I unsheathed my sword.
It
Immediately.
wouldn't be 15 seconds because my light spell's
Yeah.
going up as well.
As you pull out your light sources, indeed you can see that the fireflies are still flying, but none of them are producing light.
Is the sword producing light?
Yes. The source of the darkness is not a darkness added, but light removed. And as you bring in your either the blade or the light spell at the end of a wand, you do have a little bit of comfort, light, bright white, as opposed to the rest, casting your shadows on the walls of the library.
I notice this door above me is open.
Yes, it
and
is.
It wasn't open before,
It was
right?
not. No.
So I kind of tap Tuin on the shoulder. Hey, look, Tuin. Did you see this door open before? Maybe we should check it out.
All right, I come with you. Let's go.
Do I hear that?
You might see them as they are moving into the darkness beyond you.
Where are you going, you fools? Don't go into the darkness by yourself.
Well, come with us if you want.
That's what I was about to say.
I'm not letting that child alone in the dark.
Well, someone needs to go and see what's going on in this door. Why it's
See
open
what?
suddenly.
You go
Yeah.
towards darkness.
Crinkle sort of replies to you, Naruthir, in your own voice. Not alone in the dark.
Yeah, we're gonna explore that door and what's beyond it, but have you asked, because I'm sure there are people here who can answer that question, and secondly, why would you rush?
I'm not rushing into anything. I'm just looking.
I'm stopping as they're calling and going back on my step, seeing if what I need is doing the same.
I'm just staying at the entrance of the door. I'm not going in.
While I'm doing so, I'm observing, and maybe I can do a perception check or something. I'm kind of scouting if there is anything moving, any shadow appearing, anything that my elf can see, because I know nothing about magic, not much.
Ebder would basically point at the door and says, "It's just the scriptorium. It's where I do much of my work. There shouldn't be anything strange about that place."
Well,
It's safe.
I suppose it was not supposed to be anything weird about this wall place, and we have things weird, so... Oh, I don't know. It's the first time I come in a city like this, but I imagine that it was not normal, the situation that we have today.
By the way, Abda, in your recent work, you came up with some books that seem darker than usual, emitting some evil ideas or talking about evil magic, dark secrets that shouldn't.
Ebder sort of looks to you and has a sort of... You know where we are, don't you? Knowledge is knowledge. There is no purpose behind words or just the way they are used.
Yeah.
But to
Tell
your
that
point,
to
no.
what's attacking you.
Don't, to that point, no, I do not. I have not come about any books of vile magic. No, those are... We have procedures for those. No, nothing of the sort. Gelby, go with Crinkle. Good. go to her room. And sort of Galeby says, "Don't worry, I will be there in a moment. I'm all right. I'm all right. Go play with Crinkle. Crinkle, you take care of her." Crinkle sort of nods again. "Take care of her," in the same sort of Ebder's voice. And the two leave.
Okay, let's go check that room now.
Firstly, has my detect magic spell tingled in any way, shape, or form? Because I've been moving around a little bit.
Okay. Let me just check. No. No, there are no magical objects or enchanted books or... Well, it's not quite true. Nothing of note, nothing scenario specific, but you would find some books that have been enchanted or very old enchantments, either to either illusion or abjuration to sort of keep them
Protected.
but nothing nothing that you would
Unusual.
link to, yes, nothing unusual.
I mean, I work in Candlekeep. I
Yeah,
know which
exactly.
are the common enchantments made to preserve
Yes.
books. So, huh.
The and Ebder's every time, I'm all right now. He sort of realizes it. He sort of shudders again as to this.
Take your time.
I never knew how. I was never told how she died, but I saw her rendered.
Who died?
My wife, Galeby's mother.
Okay.
She was in El Turel when the city sunk.
I'm sorry about that.
I've had nightmares of what she could have faced down there, but this was beyond it. This was beyond my imagination. I could not have thought about this. What is happening here? Do you know?
That is what we're trying to find out. Probably some form of curse or another, but
Using people's fear, apparently, or bad memories, bad souvenirs.
fears, I think.
It feeds on it. You've been attacked by shadows. What did attack you? What happened before you lost consciousness or control of your body?
I was trying to stay calm, and work does that for me. You understand, as a scribe, needs a steady hand, and the meditation that I take into my work keeps me calm, keeps me focused. That is what I was doing. I was working.
Were you working here or next door?
I was working next door. I was working in the scriptorium, yes.
Okay, let's go have a look then.
We faced some nasty creatures before we met your daughter earlier today. These are undead creatures, feeding on innocent people, especially people with pure mind and heart. Is there any way you could contact someone in Candlekeep to send a priest here. We need a cleric, and fast.
I am not one of magic. I'm good with my hands, but that's pretty much it. My quill is not like hers. Pointing to Iris.
Does anyone?
Maybe we could send Watcher Need, because Watcher Need knows the place very well, right? And he can always find what he wants. Isn't that true,
No
Watcher
one
Need?
is getting out of here.
No one is getting out. We're in quarantine, lass.
What?
That's the problem.
Even just one single person? I mean,
one
Watcher Need.
single person could basically spread the plague.
I mean, I don't think there's any plague, but
It's a magical plague. It stays a plague all the same.
Is
and how
it
do you
not?
know it's not just bound to the place and not the people?
Yeah, that's what I wanted to ask. I thought that it was this place more than the people.
But
Because we have
apparently,
accounts. Because we have accounts of that happening last time.
In the same place.
Yes.
That's not what was said.
It was also
Oh, it was.
noticed to be spread. I mean, I'm sure you can go ask Vardir for the books and the accounts she has been studying.
Magus, do you have any way to contact the people of Candlekeep to ask for a priest, a cleric?
If we send... I mean, is the plague also working on animals? Because I could call for my companion, which is a seagull, and maybe she could have a paper. And we attach the paper to her feet, and we send her out. We just open the door very fast for her to pass. And then she could maybe warn whoever is outside, the guard or anything. Will that work? And I'm looking at Iris specifically when I'm asking that.
You do not know the people of Candlekeep. This is right now our problem. Because not only are they
This
Oh,
problem.
I hear that, and yeah, I hear that, and I'm like, so for these people, mangy and dusty books are more important than life. And I punch one of the shelters. Like, this is not admissible. A child's life is in danger here.
Sorry, Tuin, you wanted to say something.
Yeah, it's this problem that we're having now. If it's not solved, it might very well get out as well and spread to the whole town, to the whole city and every towers.
That is why they will not want anyone to get out, because as long as the door is closed, there is no way for it to get out. That is why we have to solve this problem on our own. We are capable, at least for most of us, I hope, people with incredible skill sets. And if you get your mind out of the frightening and the fear that you have up there, you might be able to actually do something about it instead of being scared and calling for help like you need your mommy to hold your hand.
But I'm not a priest. I'm not a cleric. I do not have any knowledge.
Who said you needed a priest or a cleric? We do not even know what the cause of this is. let's first have a look around, see what we can find, what clues there are, what causes there are. Think like a researcher. Think like someone who actually wants to solve something instead of wanting to hide under under the sheets.
Noxie, as Iris is tirade and she sort of inflames herself, you can see around that some of the fireflies have dropped to the ground. As the just the pinpoints of light, some of them have sort of fallen, and you can see as you look towards one of them, you realize that it's frozen. Now, as you look about, though everybody is fired up, you realize the temperature's dropped again. And now you're looking around, and you can see that the movement of the fireflies has dulled, less active, less moving. If this goes on, you're not going to have light for very long.
I'm going to speak up to everybody that is yelling with each other and very eloquently say to them, so they want to listen to me. Everybody, we are wasting our time fighting with each other. We're not going to send anybody out. It's too dangerous. We have the answers in here, and look at the fireflies. They are starting to fall from the air. We need to focus.
Thank you, Noxie.
Okay, I look around. I see that. I hold my sword and I'm like, mark my words. I'm not gonna save any book if I can save a life. And I turn around.
Well, get to work.
Iris, just forget that he
And-
said that.
Get to work, and Iris enters the next room, having a look
Should
around.
I burn this entire place down? Would it save a life?
Stop trying to pick fights. Now I'm just gonna be the mediator for everybody.
I'm going about like I was saying earlier. I was wanting to scout around.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I need to throw another dice because I did that earlier.
Yeah, I saw the perception. Again, I think that you would have noticed the same way as Noxie, the fireflies falling, the temperature dropping. Though as a sea, maybe you're less aware of temperature changes. Maybe, I don't know.
Cold is not that much of an issue.
Yeah.
Let's say, are you? Because I know that some are immune to. I think Tritons are immune to cold, but I don't. Oh yes, you are resistant to cold. Yeah. So yeah, you don't feel necessarily the drop in temperature. So let me just remind you: not only is there a door to the north, but there is also a door to the south. If you are to explore multiple places.
Yeah.
Ebder, as sort of rises to his feet, and says, places a hand on your shoulder, Naruthir and Twin, and says, I need to get back to my daughter. And turns to you, Noxie, he's like, thank you for speaking up. Please, just try not to make too much of a thing. I would not want to lose precious time, even if... Forget it. Do what you wish. And he sort of goes down. Goes back down too. You can actually see that Varnir has been pretty much at the stairs, witnessing to this whole conversation, this whole thing. Not saying anything, just watching you. Purposely almost staying away from you. But as Ebder sort of comes up to her, there's a quiet word, and they both go into the cellars. You can hear them sort of talking. Not enough to hear words, but they're having a conversation. What you need, Iris? You find yourself in what Ebder described as the scriptorium. Here all around, fireflies float lazily about like embers caught in the air. There are 3 writing desks that sit against the north wall, with a sheepskin rug beneath each one. On one of the desks rests a book besides a stack of paper, along with a stoppered ink jar and a porcupine quill pen. Another desk has a leather case on it. A moldering tapestry hangs off-center on the western wall. And to the southeast there is a wood-paneled wall with a closed door set into it. A weak yellow glow seems to emanate from underneath the door.
Is my detect magic spell still up? Because it's been
I would say so.
Well,
Yeah, I would
okay.
say so. But again, your compass spins without hitting anything in particular.
Okay.
Doesn't seem like your compass is doing much, huh, Iris?
Well, that just means that there's no magical item over here. And I'll look around, look at the different books Amber might have been working on, and have a look around.
Can I try to check like through the keyhole of the door or like under?
So it wouldn't be a keyhole actually. Strangely enough, there's a or you wouldn't be able to see through it. Oh, actually, no. I think there would, and you'll understand in a second. As you look through the keyhole, you notice there's the glow is similar to what you have in the room, which is the fireflies, but this one is concentrated. And as you look through the keyhole, you realize there's a swarm of these fireflies on the other side.
Iris, did you come look at this? It looks like fireflies are behind this door. And they don't seem to be dead.
On occasion, you'll see one of the fireflies sort of slip through the keyhole. It's large enough and just fly into the room.
And what happens to that firefly in particular? Does it...
No, nothing in particular.
It's fine?
Yeah.
That's pretty suspicious.
I'm busy just scanning around and seeing what books lie around, if there's anything.
Sure. Make me a perception check. Or investigation, as you wish.
I'm checking actually around too, or I'll go inside the room. And I'm going to check for hexes from any kind. You know, witch satchels, things I'm used to hunt for when I'm on a hunt for evil things or undead or things like that.
Just give me a second. I need to find... there it is. Okay. Perfect. As you're looking about, so I think while Iris is looking around at the books and looking, a lot of the books here are marked as they're heavily damaged. And this is where Ebder would basically copy. You can see that there's in the corner. There's basically a pile of books that are books, scrolls, tablets, and so forth that have been sort of placed around, and you can see that there's a banner saying basically to be destroyed or thrown away. And you have another one that restored. Mm-hmm. Yeah, in the same way you'll have, for example, a book that without its binding, just the pages unbound together, in a bit lower, the same page being copied, and you can see that on another desk you have the binding of the book that is open, and it's just the binding. It's just the leather cover that would need, for example, to be restored or reused with the new pages. So that's, you're looking about that. Naruther, you're looking for something more specific, markings, right? You're looking for a cursed artifact, or something hidden away.
Yeah. And something I'm used to hunt for when I'm hunting a witch or a dark wizard or...
As you come up to the tapestry on the wall, you sort of look to it, and it's a bit off-center, but there's maybe just a bit of a curl of something maybe written behind it. As you grab the tapestry... No, sorry. Do you grab the tapestry?
With my paladin knowledge, do I just, grab the tapestry knowing that... Or there's no risk for me to get, or others to get hit by some magical thing, or do I know there's a risk and I need to be careful with?
I think you would know that there's definitely a risk to anything, right? With regards to this, especially if. But on the other hand, Iris did mention that there was no magical traps or glyphs or anything of the sort.
Okay, so I keep that in mind, knowing that. Okay, so I'll take the tapestry, taking care of not perturbing the drawings or the scriptures, and turning it around to see what it's about.
So as you, maybe with the edge of your blade, you move the tapestry around, you can see that the tapestry is actually recovering a text written on the wall. And I will give you the text.
Okay. Yeah.
But at the same time, as you move this, and the words come to you, all of you hear something new. To the melody that went through your mind, all of a sudden you find words. Oops, sorry. I shut the wrong one.
I know I'm hearing the music.
See a mother scything wheat, sleeping husband hidden near. With one swing she took his feet, another took his ear. Why thinks it a game? Avoids the blame. Its name, Shemshime. See a dog that knows to heel, never heeds plea nor command. Mother gave a tasty meal, instead dog eats a hand. Why thinks it a game? Avoids the blame. Its name, Shemshime. See a son doing his chores, washing clothes for folk in town. Fell into the river's roar, sank to the depths and drowned. Sham, shine.
Does everyone hear that? Or it's just now there which is hearing the song as
See
he's...
another scything reed.
I can hear it too.
Sleeping husband hidden near.
The tune that continues to tug at each of your minds, willing you to intone its sequence of notes. But now the notes take on shapes of words that you're certain you've never heard before, but are somehow familiar to you.
Thinks it a game.
Now, Ruthier, you have the words in front of you, and you are looking at them. But the others, at the same time, start
Its name.
wording the song, even with your back turned to the writing. This is now part of your common knowledge once again.
See a dog that
But more than that,
feel.
you start to realize that
Never heeds
the song is not just in your minds,
mother gave
but also in your ears.
instead
What you need? Make me a perception check.
a hand.
You hear me mumble the child's drawings.
Thinks it
Yeah.
a game.
Oh yeah.
Avoids the blame.
Okay.
Its name.
I mean, I should have just given it to you rather than...
Sham,
You all hear
sham.
that female voice coming from behind the
See
door
us undoing his chores.
where the fireflies are.
Washing clothes for folk in
Does it
town.
sound like the voice of the child or something completely different?
Telling
No,
to
this
the
sounds
wise
like
sank to the depths.
a woman maybe in her late 20s. I don't want to assume the age of the person who actually sung the song, so I'm not going to go into further with that. By the way, the link will be to the artist will be in the notes. Thank you for that. Thank you if you are watching. Thank you for doing this. For giving me a moment of very creepy fold with them. The thing is, actually, all of you make me a perception check.
Okay.
I guess I don't need to do another one, right?
No, I'll keep that one.
Mm,
Okay. Interesting.
I don't see mine. Oh, there we go. Ah!
So, Noxie and Twin. Actually, I should have had you roll insight, but no matter. There's a moment where I don't know if you people actually heard it. At some point, just before the song reset, there was a knock, where there was a missed beat. Did you hear that?
Mm-hmm.
Noxie, Twin, you realize that there's something as the skull. Spoilers. As the voice echoes, you realize there's something, sort of a half breath taken as the song starts up again. Every time. But now, you've all identified that there is a voice coming in from that small, secluded, paneled room where the fireflies are. What do you do?
I'm approaching myself to the door of this area, and I think we need to enter this room, but that may be dangerous. I think the source of the song and the curse is behind the door.
Would it be safer to stand at a distance and use my fancy floating hands to open the door?
I was going to, as you say that, Iris's mage hand already appears. Like, yeah.
Then I do a step behind to let her open the door. I'm not used to all this magic, so I'm a bit
The door is locked.
Maybe a knock at the door?
The Fireflies have no answer for you. Though maybe they could be. Maybe they could. Small beasts.
Gotcha. I feel like this should be your area of expertise.
You want me to open the door? The door where the creepy voice is in.
Well-
What creepy voice? What creepy voice? Hold on. What creepy voice?
The one that we can all hear, no?
All of you can hear it.
Oh, okay, okay. I thought it was the knocking. Okay.
No, what I'm saying is that what I said was that narrator, you were reading the words.
Mhm.
You saw the words, and so you thought you would. Okay, you thought that the knowledge of the words is
It
coming
was in
from
my
the place that you're
mind,
reading,
right.
but
Yeah.
the words are in everybody's mind. A development of the song.
Okay, but we all heard the voice coming from behind that door,
Yes,
right?
you do. You are still hearing it, by the way. This is ongoing. I'm just doing it for our own sanity here as players and GM, that I'm not playing that particular song again on a loop. However,
Thank
the
you.
song is very much in your minds now, fully worded.
I'm just trying to look if I have the tools, because it looks like my inventory doesn't have. I'm
would
supposed to have like a couple of things.
I would say that you have the thieves' tools. Yeah,
Right, right. I'm pretty sure. I got
no
them.
worries.
Oh, I see it's here. Actually, I don't.
Don't worry
I
about
see
it.
the
Alright.
my tools. Okay.
I'm a door opener. And I kick the door.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead with that.
do,
Yeah.
In another campaign, we do have a paladin whose axe is called lockpick.
No, it's an adamantine mace.
Yeah,
Two-handed
mace.
maul.
Nice.
Oh, indeed,
No.
yeah. We had not. What you need? We had not given you the thieves' tool. So yeah, you're going. I don't.
Huh?
Why do you think
Summon.
that?
Give me some place.
Okay.
Pushing people aside, like bashing the door. Like, bam!
I've not heard a discussion about a certain key hanging around the neck of a certain person, but
No, you haven't.
no, I know, I have not. But someone else have hear that.
Yeah.
Okay. Make me. So yeah. You know what? If you want the lock itself, you could just smash the lock. You don't necessarily need to smash the door. But yeah, they're with here. Normally I would have you make an attack, as the lock has. I have an AC and hit points for the lock, but I'm thinking with a man like you, just go. Takes maybe a couple to just make sure that you go, but. And the door.
Okay.
The door can now be opened.
There, you see? No need of a key. And I open the door.
I have prepared
Who are
my
you?
I have prepared my bow with an arrow in it.
Okay.
It's not bent, but I can do it fast if needed.
Yeah. Oops.
I'm prepared. That's what I mean.
No, don't worry about it. As an archer, I know how easy that can be. Don't worry about it. You open the door. I'm guessing. Are Ruth here?
Yeah, I open the door and with my sword in hand, like, who are you? What do you want?
As you look in, the only answer seems to be a flow of glowing pinpricks of light that sort of fly as you open the door, and they discover a new space. On the inside, the room is awash with the glow of thousands of fireflies. The luminescent insects flit around inside more than a dozen glass terrariums that fill shelves among the walls. A steady plinking noise results from the bouncing off the glass. Shallow wooden boxes are packed on the lower shelves. These seem to be some sort of liquid, maybe to feed them. As you step in, the voice continues, and this time you can sort of make shift to where they might be. where it might be coming from, and you realize it's coming from under the floorboards.
I check the floor if there's a little, maybe, a hole between two planks that I could use my sword with to make it jump and see if I can see what's underneath it.
As you come towards, you move around what seemed to be another sheepskin, or maybe not sheepskin. This would be cowskin rug. As you move it aside, there upon a series of planks that are of a different color and hue than the others. They seem to have been placed there differently, but it is written there in bold manic script. Finish the rhyme. And as you pull about, you place your hand, you pull the floorboards apart. Underneath, you can see there's been a cavity that's been dug up. And two humanoid skeletons. One dressed in tattered but rich clothing. The other one in the robes of an avowed, are placed side by side underneath the floorboards. And it is very clear that the one with the clothing, the fancy clothing, has had a hole in the side of his skull. The other one, dressed in the avowed words and the avowed robes, is singing Shemshime, Shemshime. And that's where we're going to leave it for today.
Oh.
I'm sorry we had to cut this short, but my wife and I need to be getting to go. So, we will meet again for the next few chapters of this tale. I'm hoping that all of you had fun.
Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
It was cool.
Good. And then, so therefore, I leave you with one thought, which is to the next time.
Yeah, I'm quite curious about the events.
Yeah, hopefully it won't be too long. Hopefully we'll try and find a session in July for us to play, and and we'll go on from there. Once again, thank you for playing with me. And thank you
That's
for-
very nice.
Welcome.
Thank you so much for
Thanks
this
for
story.
DMing
It was really
for
cool.
us.
Yeah. Very spooky.
Yes, indeed.
So yeah, I just saw as a paladin a couple of skeletons and one singing. Oh, oh, oh.
You're going to have fun
Gotta go
next time.
Yeah.
Anyways, thank you to my players for participating. Thank you to our viewers for watching, liking, subscribing. You know where to place. If you want to follow these people, reminder the links are in the description. Rivenari, Hiltuan, Eloa. Please give those people a follow. And have also a follow for Je peux pas JDR, as I'm unsure what our plan is for the upcoming months with regards to night, but we still have...
The idea is to finish the ongoing mission, and then I think our GM wants to have a little pause with night and go with something else.
We might
which
actually,
we will be talking about.
There are rumors of going 5th edition. Anyways, if not a break. So, yes, follow us on those different places, and we will see you soon enough. Thank you, and
Bye.
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 Thank you. Bye.